battleship. Looking like he's swerving, but it's just a Tokyo drift. Kept it real, never switch. Ride or die, homie. And every chick that I'm with look just like a Barbie. I can get a little cocky, okay, and what? And all the hating you been doing, it just ain't adding up. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Need to worry about how the fuck you gonna pay the rent. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Every time I see Mo, I'm screaming out, feed me. Little shopper horror, come feed me some peach cobbler. It's all peaches and cream when you make a little profit. The Lord of Crypto posted up like a hobby. Tryna put some more coins in this motherfucking watch. Should I let my nuts hang or should I take profit? Gotta keep my eyes open even though I feel exhausted.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie. Bet the whole pie.
To choose.
You going long or Danny DeVito? You want a little bump or you want the whole kilo? Killing all your bills like Quentin Tarantino.
Choose.
It's a crypto world. Everybody wanna get a piece. Money will increase. If you learn about it, time to eat. It's a green candle. Up the bears. Don't grab the grease. I'm revenge trade. Up all night, I can't even sleep. The sun caught my ass again. Ain't no going back to sleep. Eyes red like I'm so big line, not a sheep. It's a crypto world. Shout out to the crypto girl. Getting to the back, the whole world. That's what you deserve. Time to swerve and bend the curve. Riding in the forest. Got on Market Cypher merch. Feeling like it's Ralph Lauren. Steering wheel in a Ferrari. I call that the wheel of fortune. I'm just trying to get my portion. Bending corners like contortion. Drop the top on a Rari. I call that the headless horseman. What the fuck you gon' do? Join the Market Cypher crew. Told the front desk I need a room with a view. So I can see the Vegas Strip. Stumping in my moon boots.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie. Bet the whole pie.
To choose.
You going long or Danny DeVito? You want a little bump or you want the whole kilo? Killing all your bills like Quentin Tarantino. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Oh, what? This TA on my charts. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Oh, what? All this TA on my charts just like graffiti.
To choose.
Charts looking just like graffiti. Just like graffiti. All this TA on my charts. All this TA on my charts.
To choose.
I want them all, man.
Yeah, sharp like an edge of a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. No, my mind's at peace, the world out of order. Listen, then the heat that gets colder. Oh yes, I have to find my path. No less walk on earth, water and fire.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Man, we haven't played that song in a long time, and that just like brought me back. Man, we would play the Pepe lore video in the beginning, and it just reminds me of just how things can just be in waves, you know? Like frequency. The frequencies are waves. It's just, you know, and you got to learn how to ride these waves, the waves of volatility, my friends. Man, oh man, sometimes you just feel the feels, but I bet the bears are feeling the feels today because the shorts got a riggedy wrecked, my friends. So if you were getting a little too bearish, at least in the short term here, I think that was probably on the wrong side, because I was watching the VIX. So I was looking at how the VIX just was going down, down, down. And if you look at the past 6 months, we had been spiking all the way up from going from 23. We actually started at 17. We were, and you can see the correlation of how the price action was too with the stock market, with everything, gold, the commodities, and then with the oil volatility, with the Strait of Hormuz, the Iran, Israel, United States conflict, the threats, the Trump, you know, Truth Social posts threatening certain time frames and deadlines, and then tacoing, flipping back and forth. So you can see how this was spiked, just kind of going all over the place. And finally it peaked at 30, and then now we're back down to 18. Now this is correlating with the price of cryptocurrencies, but then also the overall markets with the stock market. You can see that things like Galaxy Digital Circle, NVIDIA bullish, MSTR kind of going back up. You see the NASDAQ up. You can see just kind of front running the kind of maybe more drawn out, maybe a more eased tension on a deal. Apparently, the Pakistan is helping with negotiations between these leaders, and but also Trump is making posts like this where it's like, what the heck did he mean by this? And we got some things to talk about today. We're going to show the trades. We're going to talk about Hyperliquid. We're going to talk about how, like basically, you know, everything is rigged. Everything is rigged to make the big boys money, with prediction markets specifically now going into this era of being able to have this insider information and put it in on prediction market futures, prediction markets across the board, whether it be on Kalshi, whether it be on Polymarket, whether it be on Robinhood, whether it be on Hyperliquid, which we're going to talk about. You can do, you know, you can have all these different prediction markets on Apex. You can do prediction markets. You can basically bet on anything now, and it's tokenized, and that is where the money is. And that's why we're going to, you know, I was breaking down all this stuff today. We'll talk about what altcoins might be the best altcoins to hold with no noise, no like hope or a prayer or a dream. It's like, no, they're freaking using this thing and they're generating a shit ton of revenue, and it might be the thing that is used the most. You think DeFi protocols and financial lending protocols that big institutions are going to use, old school ETH ones that have been around for forever, tried and true. That's what big money waits and is sitting on the sidelines to be able to take advantage of. The Clarity Act getting passed is going to be opening the floodgates for the trillions of dollars to come in. So, but what we're trying to get to was what Trump keeps posting, things like world's most powerful reset. What do you mean by that, man? We kind of know what you mean. So, but let's get into the price action here. Let's get into the price action on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is looking pretty good here. If you're following the Telegram, if you've been following the Dojo crew, if you're part of the Dojo crew, where's my messages here? Where's this one? Yeah, here we go. So Dojo crew, Telegram, the links are in the description. Make sure you guys are checking it out. And we post our trades. We're posting what we're looking at. We're posting what we're eating. We posted the Soul trade. We were telling you guys how you know, we were really interested in hype. And if you look at the current setup for Hyperliquid, and just what if you think about what is the goal for a big institutional player and traders and these insider traders, is to be able to have frictionless $1 million trades go in at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't matter what time it is. And then they're able to get these incentives too by using the platform. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. And then you think Ansem, you know, you give Ansem credit. Ansem always ends up getting a lot of flack, but then ends up being right. And it give it some time to marinate, but then Ansem ends up being right. And he was one of the first to kind of really be super bullish on Hyperliquid, and maybe for good reason, you know? Currently, right now, in the market set up on a 45-minute chart, we're looking at shorts getting fully wrecked, max pain at 73,000. So we are back. We tested into some really key levels. 71 was a key level to break because this is where we were getting some previous resistance a few times. That's why we had it marked. You know, this was a range established here on the bear flag, because if you can see, if we're getting tight in the bear flag, this is the range that had been getting rejected over and over again. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not easy. It's not hard to see that that is a pretty key level of flipping that resistance into support. So that was a resistance support flip. We got a green dot on the cipher. We got volume coming in. We got levels up here. We got buy pressure down on a green order block, and we have red order blocks at the top. So your levels that you want to watch for possibly taking profits is at 74,006 and at 76,000. Now, if you remember, we marked these levels on the chart for the Bitstamp chart where we had seen previous levels hit, and oddly enough, 81,000 in this area right here. Once we break 76, then shorts are going to get fully wrecked and get short squeezed into the CME gap, which the CME gap is in between 78,000 and 81,000, which is where we had that previous resistance of where I was marking some key levels for us to watch. And so this, my friends, I think this is go time. But, you know, I was explaining to my wife this morning, I was like, look, you know, I could be totally right and we just blast shorts get wrecked and we go to 80K, but just because we go to 80K doesn't mean we go from 80K to 200 from there. We could still go to 80K and go to 50. That is not, I don't want to be, you know, I am very neutrally optimistic. I'm bullish macro. I'm bullish for the future. But I mean, there is no reason why they wouldn't just put it up right back up to the top of the bear flag, kind of like what they did here. They brought it all the way back up and then boom, they brought it down. And so look, 80K is right at that top range. So you can think, look, price action, boom. They get us super excited, get the bulls excited, and just bam, because you can see where previous buy pressure was down here at 59,000, 60,000, 55,000. We kind of hit that 60K and then wicked. Ivan on Tech looks at this and says, hey, could 60K have been the bottom? Not sure. Or my camera was vibrating. All right, so yeah, so this is so if you're looking at levels here to watch, don't get too excited. You can still scalp, and you got opportunities, you know, like what we're doing right now. We're basically, you know, we're scalping. You know, we basically scalped Sol. We're in a nice trade on Hyperliquid right now. So with Hyperliquid, the token itself, I just see with the revenue that they're generating, they're the top 5, top 2 or top number 1 decentralized DEX in the world. And so if they have a good model and they do buybacks, they're using that revenue to generate and just basically pump the token. We could see Hyperliquid go into the top 10. Which right now it's in, it is in the top 10 already. It is, I thought it was below. So this thing is already in the top 10, which is just amazing. So you think pretty soon, this thing at a $10 billion market cap could be trudging up and getting close to things like Tron, surpass Dogecoin. Hyperliquid could be around for a little while. So that is why I'm long. That is why I'm using that kind of just using that take here and trading on it. So I do have some levels set on this particular trade. So if you got into the trade with me, congratulations. And also, this is how any trade, if you're looking at a trade setup, this is how it should look. You should have your entry, and it should be at pretty good key support if you're longing. And if you're at key resistance, when you're shorting, then you're in a good, you're in a good spot. So this is for both sides. I particularly don't like shorting very much. Like, I'll try it and I'll do it, but like, I'm more so of like, I'm way better at instinctually seeing where there's just like key support and where we can long. I just feel better about that, and that is totally fine. Whatever your strategy is, you can long short all day, or you can just long once. So this is how your setup should look, where you have you're in profit. You're up at profit. You're almost about to hit that take profit right there. But your stop loss, you need to, if it was at break even, or say your stop loss was at like 10%, you had your stop loss down here. You want to trail that stop loss up in profit. So then no matter what, you're in a non-losing trade. The market, like Bitcoin right now, say like Bitcoin decides to, hit some major resistance, up at, I don't know. It just gets rejected here and goes boom, and it goes right back down to 67. We just get cooked. It just goes. Psh. That could potentially happen. So then, if that does happen, it'll wick down here. You're gonna take that profit, and then it could potentially even, a lot of the times it'll do this. It'll go right back to your damn entry of where you had that trade, and you're like, oh my god, if all I had to do was just scoop some profit. And just be patient, wait, see what's gonna happen, and you're just setting yourself up for success. So then, say that doesn't happen. Now it's in an uptrend. I mean, it's running. You're in a perfect setup. So then you're making sure that no matter what happens, if the market goes against the trade, or if it just it's something wild happened, you're going to get profit out of the trade. And you can choose to whatever it is for that stop loss. If you wanted to be half the trade, maybe you're just like, look, that was going to be a quick wick. So if it does, I'll take half the trade right there, and you can still have the trade open. It's all up to you. So I choose to just like hit the stop loss at the whole damn trade. Stop loss it, done. It's like, take it, be happy, don't get greedy, and be like, hey, you did it successfully. And so then now you have the take profit. Now this is your choice. You are going to either take 25% of the trade? Are you going to take 50% of the trade? Are you going to take the whole trade? Are you going to take profit on the whole trade? That's all up to you. There's no like set 10 commandment rule book that says you need to do this. Like, it's all up to what's your strategy. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to compound? Are you trying to just make one big trade a day and then close the computer? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to swing long? Are you trying to like look at see if this could be a continuation of an uptrend, so then you could be leaving your trades open a little bit longer, possibly? If you want to do that, then this is a perfect way that you can kind of set it up to where no matter what, you can still hedge on it. So what I do is I take at least 50% on my target, so then I know I'm locking in some profits. And even then, I could say, look, Dano, check it out. I know you want $43 hype right now, like you want it right now, and I'm pretty confident it's going to hit that level. I'm pretty confident it'll hit 43. But with volatility, what it does and how this market has been is that it does some annoying shit. It really does. So if you're in a trade, and I mean you got money on the table, I mean at this point it's like, are you stupid? Like, just take the damn money. Like right now, I have $150 in unrealized profits on this trade. I haven't taken any profits yet. I have my stop loss set in profit, but I'm at the pretty much at the top of the range. So you see how the psychology, See how I'm having this conversation with myself? Yeah. That's why trading is not easy, because that is what you'll do. You'll convince yourself all these things. You'll talk to yourself instead of just being a robot and taking the fucking trade. So, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? We got to get more people in here. Come on, let's go, YouTube. Let's go. Let's go. It's come on. It's Friday. You ain't got shit to do. It's Friday. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? You ain't doing nothing. Are you working? It's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do. And after this live stream, which won't be a very long one, we'll probably do about 30, 40 minutes, but this right here, you got to watch this video. We explain how hyperliquid is key, how hyperliquid could be the key to understanding the bull market and understanding what we need to be holding in the bull market. It could be a combination of, some pretty old fundamental stuff, and you're like, that's so boring, and it just has some new stuff, but then you think, is my portfolio really going to end up being hyperliquid Dogecoin, Tron, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Pepe, and then ticker Bitcoin? Yeah, I think so. I think that might be a solid damn portfolio right there. That's what I feel good about. I've feel pretty, and Solana, you got Solana in there, you got Tron, Solana, ETH, hyperliquid, Doge, and everything has its own separate, crazy, cool, bullish narrative that all interconnects. And and basically what's really interesting about that is that I don't care what all of the other narratives are under Bitcoin, as long as that Bitcoin narrative continues to go, then there's a higher probability that all of the other underlining narratives for XRP and Solana and Doge and Hyperliquid will be successful, because it's carrying on the back that Bitcoin is not going to go to zero, and it continues to always surprise people and make new highs. Yeah. We're hitting that target, baby. I want to know what you guys are. I know I just did the Trump hands. I'm like, listen to me. All right. So speaking of Trump, the controversy right now. But did you go long, Larry? Larry, did you go long? Larry, did you go long, Larry? All right. So Trump prediction markets and the architecture of insider corruption. We've all kind of had that stinky, that gross feeling that like we all just got basically like duped by a bunch of cokeheads. Like, look at these guys do drugs. These guys guys are cokeheads. They're all coke addicts. And so this is the big story here, is that World Liberty Financial borrows $75 million using billions in their own tokens that they minted out of nothing. They minted these tokens with backed collateral, which is probably BS, and they're shifting wallets around and doing some funky stuff. And so what they did is they shifted roughly 5% of the token's total supply from reserves that basically made it to where the people that would, if they wanted to withdraw their USD1, it made the pool basically where you couldn't even do it. So in $10 million in USDC, over 40 million of the funds then went to Coinbase Prime. This pushed Dolomit's USD1 pool to 100% utilization, halting withdrawals and hiking rates above 13%, with critics warning of risks from the World Liberty Fi order books and potential liquidations. World Liberty Fi, backed by the Trump family, dismissed concerns as FUD, calling itself an anchor borrower to boost user yields. The project faces added pressure from locked pre-sale tokens and upcoming governance votes on unlock. Supporters view it as smart treasury play, while detractors highlight conflicts like Dolomite co-founder Corey Kaplan's World Liberty Fi advisory role. So you can see how they place these people in certain positions and certain things to where they can just be like, no, see, we're just doing it because this. No, you're just trying to like line your pockets so you can buy more Coke for your Coke problem. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, please. Yeah, these guys are so... I cannot stand these two. These two are the most annoying people in the entire world. They claim to be helping crypto and like, oh, you're really pushing the industry forward, but you do these private World Liberty Fi events. You have no like retail involvement at all. You're not actually teaching people how to do crypto or even analyze charts or even know what a good investment is or even what a bad investment is or like what the mistakes you've made. You just complained that like, oh, my poor daddy got debanked, we got debanked, and now we're in crypto. So now we wanted to rug pull you all in crypto because we got debanked. I'm like, okay, that's a plenty enough good reason to basically tarnish the industry that we basically make look cool. And you ruined it. Fucking ruined it. But whatever. All right, so let's get some likes up. I'm tired of this crap. Let's go. Let's get some likes. It's Friday. It's Friday. What do I gotta do here? Okay, people, hype to the moon. Let's go. Jay Doge says, hoping it means he's gonna use stablecoins and crypto to reset the debt. Well, that's been the theory, guys. So the whole theory is that they were gonna purposefully crash the dollar, purposely make it to where it's all this chaos with the petrodollar and all this stuff to where then they usher in this new gold, silver commodity crypto backed system, which I mean, I don't know. That could be what's happening. So then it looks like Trump's an idiot, everything is just chaos. He's just going by the seat of his pants, and maybe, just maybe, I mean, I don't think it's just like all Trump's idea, but could be, some other, calculated efforts to be ushering a new system, or it really is a lot deeper than that it's basically still a battle between the US and China and AI energy dominance and who's going to be basically controlling and running the world, baby. That's kind of what I think is still at play, but crypto has such a big role in that, and that is why we're never going to stop talking about it. We're going to be in the pool of channels that will survive and continue into when it's the good times, because your boy is stubborn. He ain't going anywhere, okay? So not going anywhere. I can have freaking three people say, look, Kenneth Lodge, legend, and I bet that second person in here is probably my wife, and then we got Emmanuel. So literally, Emmanuel, Kenneth Lodge, and my wife are watching on YouTube right now. That's how bad that's how much they want you to see my channel and what I'm talking about, and they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't want you to see the TA that I've been giving or the theories that I've been breaking down. But if you want people to see that, you have to hit the like button. You have to hit the subscribe button. You got to share this damn thing, evangelize it, and we will build this damn dojo crew from the ground up. And if you're not in the Discord, it's free. Everything's free. I'm not gonna charge you anything. Want to welcome some new people, welcome new members. And we will just share this video here real quick so you guys don't forget about it. Make sure you guys watch that. And okay, let's continue to go through what's happening here. Trump may appear at the Trump meme coin holders conference at Mar-a-Lago. He may appear. Organizers invited the top 297 Trump token holders. So remember, Trump launched a meme coin. It went as high as $70 billion in market cap, insane, and then got absolutely rugged and went to $3. It was just yikes. So then, billed as the world's most exclusive crypto conference, featuring a luncheon, special access for biggest investors. Bill Zanker, a longtime Trump associate, promotes it amid critics noting transaction fees benefit Trump and his family. The date clashes with the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which Trump plans to attend, leading officials to suggest possible Trump NFTs instead. Supporters hail it as crypto adoption. Detractors like Senator Warren, Schiff, and Blumenthal warn of ethics issues in offering access. Yeah, it's a big party and you're not invited. You're not in it. It's a big club and you're not in it. That's what I said. It's like, is there any way I could get like press access to this event? Maybe they'll give it to Thread Guy. Maybe Thread Guy will get access to the event. And he can go there and be going like, yo, guys, what is up? I got my hair. It's broccolied. And we're going to get the best coverage. I'm just messing with you, Thread Guy. Actually, I've been wanting to do a show with Thread Guy so we can just like, we can become best friends. You know, I think that might actually happen, you know, but then he just has to prove to me that he's not a Fed. He would just have to prove to me that he is not a Fed on crypto Twitter. Only thing that's gotta happen, Thread Guy, you gotta convince me you're not a freaking plant Fed. All right? Can you do it? Are you able to do it? We'll see. We'll see. All right, so Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's heading for those shorts. Max Payne short, Max Payne. Okay, we got to look at Max Payne shorts. Okay, Max Payne shorts, 73,400. Nice. 73,400. That's Max Payne shorts, okay? Now, when you're looking at where currently the price is sitting, it's right at that it's at the money shot, okay? So the key level, okay? The key level, if you're looking at the daily here, we're trading a macro uptrend from the bottom of a bear flag. Okay, so that's tricky because technically this should be breaking down, right? Technically this should be breaking down, but if we were a market maker in this environment, wouldn't you want to convince everyone to pile in shorts, expecting it to do that? Only to then wreck the shorts piling in to send it to the 80K CME gap? I would bet a market maker would be thinking like that. You bet your damn ass. So I think that's what's going to happen, which would send my trade into the perfect target of Hyperliquid being $43, baby. And then there it is. There it is right there. Now, I feel like I've been getting better and better at analyzing the markets and kind of like seeing the direction of where things are going to go, and it's only going to get better because if you look at this stuff and you watch this stuff for as long as I have, and regardless if you think I'm a good trader, bad trader, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You know, I have developed a skill and I have developed a perception of how pattern recognition. I've developed like how to really see where support and resistance is forming. I've learned how to analyze time frames on charts. Now, I used to look at a chart like it was Egyptian hieroglyphs. And now when I look at a chart, I could chart anything. Give me a chart, I'll chart it. I'll chart orange juice. I don't care. I'll chart your damn heart cardiograph. So, you know, this is a skill, you know, and it takes years, and it takes you to use your own money, lose it, and gain some, actually do really good. And then learn the psychology of, like, when you have that, what do you do to preserve it? Oh, you didn't successfully do that? Okay, what was it? Fix it. Try again. What are you going to do? Give up? What are you going to do? Now have again another boss named Karen, named Rachel, whoever it is, I don't care what the name is, telling you what to do all the time again, telling you where you need to be? Do you want to continue to have that grind in your freaking soul? Do you? You want the manager saying you don't have enough pieces of flair? Not enough flair. You're supposed to have 15 pieces of flair, and I see you only have 10. Where's my stapler? Where's my freaking stapler? You want to keep getting moved down a level until you're in the basement? We have to have the courage to try. And I think that's what, if anything, the system and all this bullshit that tries to distract you, it makes you soft. It makes you give up. It makes you just go, okay, I guess I'll just accept that. No, I'm not accepting shit. Just want you to lay down, accept it. No. It ain't happening. They want you to accept. They want you to use that shitty printer and keep using it with the problems that it has, and but no, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna smash it. Boom. Blashes. All right, guys, I don't even think, have I had too much coffee? I don't know. I always say I've had too much coffee or just enough. Just enough. Just enough to keep this live stream as entertaining as I can, because, man, if I literally, like, this is what they do to me. They just, like, you know what? We're just gonna give you one person. We'll give you one guy, unless they're just lying to me right now, and they're trying. And this is what YouTube does. You don't think YouTube is doing this? You don't think YouTube is giving you fake numbers to discourage you to stop? You don't think that they are not letting you see how your account actually looks on other people's platforms, and maybe to make it visually look like you're not doing well, so then you give up? You really think that stuff is just black and white, and, like, there's not variable at things going against you on a constant basis? You're being too naive. If this system is set up all based on your words and your perception of everything, and then to get you to then act, then of course it's going to get you to quit and not continue to do what I'm doing, to build the platform, to build the thing, even though I'm using the thing itself. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of a mind F. So it's like, oh man. Guys, just don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. I want you to build whatever you were gonna build. Like, start the channel, start the thing, do the content. I don't care that someone said your voice sounds like a raspy, like, you know, I can't say it. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know. You sound like a freaking squirrel, and you'll embarrass yourself. You tell them, well, I'll fucking show you. That's what you got. You got to have that energy. Let's do it. Come on. What are we waiting for? But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. Check out the stuff. Check out the links in the description. Pretty simple. I only promote 3 exchanges. They all have their own bells and whistles to it. Apex is a decentralized trading platform. OURBIT is my favorite, just kind of go-to. And then you can also check out PHEMEX. And then you got Telegram. You can get in the Telegram. Make sure you join that, and make sure you get in the Discord. And yeah, that's it, guys. I really think that Bitcoin is they're wrecking the shorts here, and I wonder how much more of the short wreckage they're gonna do. So we just gotta watch that. Got to make sure look like I said. Look, you know, you get a little too greedy. And you could just be potentially missing these profits up at the top here, but we could still really crush through to that $43 level if we're looking at hype compared to Bitcoin. Gotta see what's going on. 45-minute. Like I said, order block at the 45-minute is 74,000. So key level right there to watch for Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. May the light of the Lord Jesus Christ shine on you and your families. And I hope you I just hope you have a good weekend. And I will see you on the next live stream.